Over the years, Mercedes' concept of marketing has changed. Previously, companies were profit-oriented and product-oriented, focusing mainly on their own success and giving a special role to certain functions such as finance. Due to increased level of competitors, customers have started to actually have their own power of choice. Kotler and Medak, 1978, however, have suggested that marketing evolve from simply selling to a true market orientation by adding advertising and marketing research to the selling function. Umai Kenichi 2007 3C Strategic Triangle Model will be used to explore and critically evaluate the level of Mercedes-Benz customer orientation. Umai Kenichi holds that a successful strategy includes three key factors: cooperation, customer, and competitor. These three areas of the company will be discussed critically. In doing so, not only will we be attempting to understand the success of the company, but also identify where the company could improve to remain even more sustainably profitable. The relevance of the 3C strategic model examined by looking at the case of the Daimler AG, manufacturers of the Mercedes-Benz brand. The model relevance of the 3C strategic model will also be tested to ascertain whether it meets the challenges of the uncertain future. This presentation will be very useful to the management of the company at all levels for day-to-day planning and developing functional and corporate strategy to keep the company is the constant leading position that it currently holds. Research, product design and development, and brand equity remain strongest core competences for the company, with the company deploying about 5% of its total revenue into it. Focal points for the company include environmental compatibility and sustainability, safety, network driving, autonomous driving, comfort, quality, and design. By focusing on these key areas, it has eventually grown to improve its other functions, even though there is still room for improvement. Hooley et al. 2012 underscored the importance of the marketing process being seen as an intern-functional and cross-disciplinary, and not simply the function of the marketing department. From top management through the production staff and dealers who have direct contact with customers, the company has instituted the ISO 9001-2000 Quality Management System in 2001 to assure its quality. It is therefore not surprising that in a survey by the reputable Boston Consulting Group, which was reported on the World Economic Forum blog by Bayer 2014, Daimler, including the Mercedes-Benz, was number 25 in the list of the 50 most innovative companies of 2014. Within its class, it was fourth to BMW, Ford Motor, and Volkswagen. This list was the result of the survey for more than 1,500 senior global executives. This reflects the positioning of the company among its target group and therefore a good source of information to improve on its market positioning and brand equity. The company currently assembles some of its model, while other models are neither assembled nor its parts manufactured within any of the company's premises. They are all imported. This is a great strategy to approach the overall reduction of cost. According to Homburg and Flesser 2000, firms that adopt a market-oriented culture rake in impressive financial returns for their shareholders, thus giving some level of security and guarantee to investors on the long-term value of their shares. Also, the degree of market orientation is deeply embedded in the cultural aspect of the firm. In this case, Mercedes has espoused such a culture within 2020 growth strategy with its best customer experience. On the aspect of the customer, we will take a look toward Mercedes customer segmentation, as well as customers' value and behavior toward Mercedes, which generate as the key factor in determining customer decision-making in buying the product. Although Mercedes has been involved in many vehicle markets, the primary markets in which people are familiar with is on personal motor vehicle market, which rank in the luxury stage. Mercedes therefore segmented their target customer by factors such as age, income, family size, and etc. The potential customer which could appeal for the company are customers at the age of 30 to 45, which usually be at the high stage in their work, as well as having a relatively high income and might have settled with a family. Other markets in which Mercedes is involved, like trucks, has segmented their customers by objectives in terms of different particular uses. Mercedes has built their relationship with the customer through their reputation and image of being a high-quality brand, which largely signifies for wealth, power, and high status in society. These significations point out the general desire and behavior of their segmented customers that seek for products that can be used to express their status in the society, apart from the use of normal personal vehicle. According to Flint et al. 2011, has proposed the term of customer value anticipation, which refers to how firms manage to look ahead for customers' desires and needs through developing their products and service. Mercedes has also used the approach on customer value anticipation by overlooking at possible future trends and has come up by releasing the new model of Mercedes-Benz A-Class, which has its new target aimed to attract younger customer segments with more modernized innovation and design to suit the lifestyle of young urban people. Mercedes therefore has made a slight changes in their image by entering the new market of younger people and used the strategy to promote by penetrating into Europe tours in fairs with informal presentation to attract new customers who might have never had any contact with the brand before. Another way for the company to approach and maintain customer satisfaction and relationship is not only through their products, but also through their customer service. The organization has its objective in wanting customer to have a long-term satisfaction by establish customer service to help solve any problems or inquiries the customer might have. Employees are trained with their service mind in order to gain their highest satisfaction. Another factor that Mercedes has to look and explore is on the competitor orientation concept, which is considered to be very important by knowing who they are competing and how to overcome the competitor's strength by implementing the strategies. Using the model of Michael Porter's 5 Forces model revised by Grundy, we'll be able to see the potential of both Mercedes and its competitors and able to analyze the current situation Mercedes is facing with its opponents. The 5 forces include existing rivalry, suppliers, customers, potential entrants, and potential substitutes. Using the model, we can identify that Mercedes' major market is in the luxury car and is currently competing with brands such as BMW, Audi, and Lexus, which according to Forbes, Mercedes is in a stiff competition of losing their market in the US and China to BMW and Lexus, which has their growth in sales by releasing new car models, as well as BMW launching this new hybrid car, BMW i3, which has grew up to 40% of electric vehicle sales. By coming up with new innovation, BMW is able to sell and attract potential customers which have their relatively high power due to limited potential of purchase segmented by income. By looking at the outcome, it can be concluded that Mercedes is still having its weakness in terms of lacking of new innovations and designs, which would largely attract the customers, and thus this factor has been taken by their competitor in order to defeat Mercedes. However, Mercedes still holds a strong advantage in being able to maintain high brand reputations, and thus loyal customers are likely to remain choosing from its brand. Based on the research by Boston Consulting Group, the company is ranked 25th out of the top 50 most innovative companies, while replacing fourth in its industry. It is also recognized that the company invests about 5% of its total revenue in research and product development. It is recommended that the company increases the budget for research and product development to 7% to allow the greater investment in those areas. The company also needs to invest more into changing the age-old customer perception that their products are only for rich and elderly. This can be done by making more hybrid and fuel-efficient cars to appeal to people in lower income brackets. The company should also push more resources into marketing its auto finance arm, Daimler Finance, to increase the credit sales. One aspect of the company which is hardly spoken about is the company's business in the production of professional bicycles. The company can leverage on its core competence to develop an entirely new market for bicycle for children and youth between the age of 2 to 18 years. Having examined Omae Kenichi 3C strategy triangle model against the Mercedes-Benz case, it can be concluded that the model provides a very good insight into a company's orientation and strategy towards its customer and competitors. It also provides a great opportunity for the company to assess its current structures with respect to cost reduction and interrelatedness of the marketing function. Focusing on these three key main areas does not imply that other factors like macro environment and technological advancement do not have significance. However, considering the myriad of the variables that can have an influence over a company's success, it will be worthwhile paying attention to these three. On the other hand, it can be argued that the 3C are most ideal for larger corporations. Smaller corporations may have to deal with more teething problems such as attracting funding, managing staff, and cash flow.